Welcome back to the podcast. How are we all doing today? It's been so long since I've actually recorded, and it feels kind of weird, but good. I'm also like a little bit stuffy. I don't know what's going on, if it's like allergies or just the weather. It's been really weird here. Pennsylvania, it's like 50 this week, and then next week it's going to be like 70. So a lot of weird weather changes going on, typical for Pennsylvania fall. I'm wearing my little brown matching set tonight. It's literally Friday at 8:45 p.m. Ryan's at work, so I'm home alone, and I'm like, let me just sit down and like talk to myself for probably an hour or so. Stormy's down here sitting with me, so we are going to have ourselves an episode tonight. So let's get into it. I don't know if I'm going to make it through. We have a special birthday episode this week because I just recently turned 24. My birthday is October 9th, so it's actually been quite a while, but I had like an episode already ready to post, so that's why this one's actually like a couple weeks after my birthday. But anyway, we're 24. We're loving life, and today we're going to talk about all of the important life lessons I think I've learned since I have been on this planet for 24 years. So that's what we're going to do today. So far, 24 has been pretty good. I really like even numbers, so definitely better than 23. Let's just get into it. I hope you guys like this little corner. I'm in my office room, my little cubby hole at my desk, and I have like my camera set up in front of me. You can kind of see like my little board, which we will be updating at the end of this year for 2025 because it's coming up. I have this like big calendar at work, and it counts the weeks, and we only have like 10 weeks left in this year, which is crazy. I need to just make a couple disclaimers at the beginning of this episode because this episode is going to be quite cheesy. We are going to talk about like cliche life shit, and most of it's pretty cheesy stuff, but I think these episodes are fun because like later on when I'm old, I can look back on it and be like, okay, this is kind of where my head was at when I was 24. That might be scary by the time I get to that point, but you never know, right? So we're going to do it anyway. Also, second disclaimer, some of these things might be probably exactly the same as what I talked about in my last year's. I did a video like this on my channel last year for when I turned 23, so some of these might be probably the exact same. I don't feel like going back and watching it to make sure I like come up with new stuff. So, if it's a repeat lesson, that just means it's that much more important. Okay. All right. I have quite a long list. It's 24 things. So let's get into it. Number 1, don't waste time worrying about things you can't control. There's only a few things in life that we actually have control over, and most of them all pertain to ourselves directly. You don't have control over anybody else. You only have control over yourself. And I think that it's really pointless to waste time stressing and worrying about things that you're never really going to be able to like do anything about. Don't waste time. It's going to add unwanted stress and anxiety. We don't need that. We do not need that. I think worrying less makes people generally happier. That could honestly be a proven fact. I bet it is. Don't worry. Everything always works out at the end. That's what I like to tell myself. Number 2, find a good circle of people. The people you surround yourself with in life can either add value to your life or take value away from your life. And it's important to keep more people around who add value to your life because it's literally like a cheat code to make yourself a better person. If you surround yourself with people who add value to your life, they could ultimately make you a better person in the long run. And I think that is literally Who doesn't want that? Honestly, my eyeballs are sore. I need to take this makeup off. Let me tell you how gross I am. I knew I was gonna film this tonight. I'm going off on a little tangent, but it's fine. I went to the gym after work, right? I put this makeup on this morning. I've had this makeup on for an embarrassingly long amount of time. I put this makeup on this morning at like 5 a.m. It's currently 9, so do the math. A long time. I went to the gym after work. I came home and I like took a body shower. I didn't get my face wet, so I didn't have to wipe my makeup off. But now it's like I can feel it burning my eyeballs. I really need to take it off. I'm disgusting. Let's keep going. Number 3, be comfortable being alone. I think this is something that a lot of people struggle with. I am not one of those people. I genuinely enjoy my alone time, and I have learned how to like be my own company, and I cherish the little pockets of time I get to just like hang out by myself and do what I want. Like this, for example. I choose to film and sit down and do this sort of thing when Ryan's not here, obviously. So I kind of like make my schedule around that. So when I'm alone, I can talk to myself. I'm such a loser. Yeah. So I honestly love my alone time and I use it wisely. And I suggest you do the same. Number 4, take care of your body. You only have one. I'm glad I'm learning this now as a 24-year-old because I think that we should all care more about our bodies and how we treat them and what we put in them. It is the only one you'll ever have, and if you treat it well now, it will last you a lot longer. And I want to still be like, not like fit. Obviously, like when I'm old, I'm probably not going to be the fittest person, but I still want to be able to like move and do things without having to like kind of be in pain all the time, if you get what I'm saying. I want to live for a long time, and I want my body to also live for a long time and like keep up with me when I'm old. So I'm going to take care of it. So I suggest everyone else do the same thing. Number 5, social media is rarely ever real. Social media is so toxic, and the stuff you see on there is fake like 90% of the time. Maybe even more, I don't know. But social media is great. It's a great place to like connect with people and, you know, like share your experiences and stuff like that. But it's also can be very damaging if we spend too much time there. I think we need to like go back to spending time in the real world and having like real world conversations. And I say this as I am recording this video to post on the internet. Do what I say, not as I do. Okay. Yeah. Number 6, having no debt is honestly a power move. This one has taken me a while to understand, but I'm glad that I have come to this realization at 24, not like 34. I paid off my car this year, and that was literally like the best decision I have ever made. Not having a car payment is like, it just feels so like freeing. Like I have a car that's paid off. How many of you can say that? I don't know. But I feel like a lot of people, everybody has a car payment, and I understand why, because you need a car, right? And unfortunately, a lot of cars these days don't last that long. So by the time it's paid off and you've paid for this car, you need a new one. But I honestly like do not want a car payment for so long. So I'm relishing in this no car payment situation for a long time. So yeah, unfortunately, like these things that we have to like take loans out for are usually stuff that we need. They're like necessities. And so it's easy to justify, but I think it's just nice like to have things that are paid off and to not have to be constrained to a car payment or a house payment or something like that. But yeah, eventually we will have a house payment too. So that's scary. Anywho, number 7, be yourself. I think this is quite self-explanatory. I don't have a long winded description for this. I just think that we often dim down our personalities or our true selves to kind of try to fit in with other people, and I don't really think that's necessary. Just be yourself and you will find people who like you for who you are. And that is literally the most cliche thing that's ever come out of my mouth. I'm done with that one. Number 8, know when to leave. This can go for a lot of very different things in your life, your job, your relationship, friendships, family, honestly. Like, sometimes family's not, how's the saying go? Blood's thicker than water or something like that. I don't know. If your family's toxic, cut them off. I don't know. But I personally put this one down because this year, as you guys know, I talk about it all the time. I decided to basically switch careers, and that was a tough decision because I don't like to change, and I wasn't sure if it was going to be the right decision, but it has turned out to be a very good decision. So know when to leave. If something's not serving you, life is short. Know when to leave. Don't settle. Number 9. Is it the light that's like bothering me? I don't know. It's been a long time since I recorded, so it's kind of like really in my face. Number 9, never stop learning. I love to learn new things and study and kind of like learn about different topics. I don't know, especially because I'm not in school anymore. I don't have that like constant stimulation. So I like to kind of seek it out on my own. Luckily for me, my new job is very different than obviously my last job. That's what makes it so great. But I feel like I'll be learning new stuff there for quite a while. And I am definitely okay with that because I just like to learn new things and, keep my brain young, right? Number 10, be confident. This should have been number 1 because I'm so passionate about this, it's not even funny. But confidence, I think, is one of the greatest things I have picked up recently. It has definitely changed the way I think and look at myself. And I think that's very, very important for a lot of reasons because when you're confident, people can tell. And if you're self-conscious or not confident, people can also tell. And I think it's important to exude confidence, not self-consciousness. So confidence is key, baby. Number 11, be kind to yourself. Again, I don't have a long explanation for this one. Just do it. Be kind to yourself. Lift yourself up. Please be nice to yourself. It's just so awful and I think this also has to go in with the confidence thing because the more confidence you have, you're just genuinely nicer to yourself. And when you are nicer to yourself, I think it does build up your confidence. And they're just, they're like this, confidence and how you think about yourself. Number 12, halfway, baby. Nobody cares. This might be a little bit of tough love, but no one is really worried about you. They're only worried about themselves. And everyone's busy worrying about their own shit. They're literally not caring about you. So take that as you will. Number 13. Please don't think that I'm shallow for saying this. Appearances matter. Now, I don't mean this in, like I said, a shallow way, but they say dress for the job you want, not the job you have. I think that when you exude confidence, this is what we've been talking about for a couple minutes now. When you exude confidence and take care of yourself, people notice, and it makes a big difference in how people see you. And I think this is important specifically for your job, because I think you want to show people that you care and that you are a good representation of whatever you're trying to be a representation for, I guess. But you know what I'm saying. I think appearances matter, especially at work, because it just does. I don't know. Number 14, you deserve to take up space. This is obvious. Again, this is kind of like some of those other ones. They're really cheesy, but important. I think that everyone deserves to be where they are, and you deserve to take up space just like everyone else who is where you are. And period. Mic drop. Number 15, this is kind of similar to the last one. You made it for a reason. This is something I have to tell myself all the time. You got to where you are because you're qualified and deserving. And I literally have to repeat this to myself constantly, because I always sometimes question why I got where I am or how I got where I am, because I feel like I don't deserve it. But I worked really hard to get here, and I'm proud of myself. Number 16, treat yourself like a priority, because you are. In my humble opinion, you are the biggest project you will ever work on. And you need to treat yourself as such. Make yourself a priority and show up for yourself. Number 17. All right, we're almost done. We're getting there. Learn how to listen. I think it shows a lot to people when they can see that you're listening and you can respond intelligently to what they've said, or, whatever conversation you're having. I think it's just good when you need to be a good listener to be able to interact with people well. So I think that this is something I've learned. So learn how to listen. One thing I have a big fault in, which I don't know if this is important to anything, but when people introduce themselves to me, I totally blank on their names. I'm really bad at remembering people's names. So, but communication is huge. So be a good listener. Number 18, surround yourself with positivity. This is similar to some of the other ones I've talked about already. We're kind of repeating ourselves here, but that's because they're very important lessons. If you are positive and surround yourself with other positive people, it will keep you in a positive mindset. As soon as you surround yourself with negative people, you're negative. That's just what happens. Negative people radiate negativity, and we do not need that. We need positivity and good spirits. Number 19, you don't owe anyone anything. Point blank, period. Moving on. Number 20. I love this one, and I can't believe I actually thought about this, because this one hits home, okay? So number 20, I wrote, your choices define you more than your circumstances ever will. The choices that you make a big difference in your life. Obviously, we all know that. We are not all given the greatest circumstances in life, and being able to take what you're given and make yourself something, even if it isn't the best circumstance ever, is commendable. And I am here as a witness to tell you that, because I am one of those people. I've not been given the best circumstances in life, and I have made a very good life for myself. So make good choices, and do not be drugged down by your circumstances if they are less than favorable. Number 21. If you wait until you're ready, you'll be waiting forever. yeah, I really like this one too. You know, we got really deep at the end, I guess. So this also goes for like a lot of things in life. You can interpret this how you want, but I'm going to use a very cliche example, like this channel, for example. I created this channel and it took me forever to post on it because I never felt like I was ready. And I just one day just was like, all right, well, fuck it, I'm just going to start posting. And here we are, still doing that. Still doing that. So cool. Good for me. Number 22, protect your boundaries. It's okay to set boundaries, and it's definitely okay to keep them. And that's all I have to say. Don't feel bad for doing what's best for you. Number 23. Oh, I actually put 25 on here. Number 23. The steps to life are made up. There's no order to how life is supposed to go. And I think that's okay. I think sometimes we worry too much about when certain things in life are supposed to happen, and it just creates like unnecessary stress and pressure and anxiety. Like, get all that shit out of here. We don't need that. We do not need that. You know, I think just like live your life, do what you do. Everything works out. Everything works out in the end. Okay. So I have 2 left. So I'm going to pick my favorite one, and that will be number 24. So number 24, spend time with the people most important to you. This might sound very obvious and stupid, but I think that sometimes people forget that we do not have an infinite amount of time on this planet. And it's important to spend time with the people you love before time runs out. That might sound a little bit morbid, but that's life. Such is life. So I think that we need to spend more time with the people who are important to us and always remind them how important they are to you, because sometimes I think we take people for granted or don't give them enough appreciation. So appreciate the people in your life that love you and care for you. And we're done. Okay, so these headphones, man, killing me. All right, so that's the 24 things I've learned since being 24. And, you know, obviously I've learned a lot more than this, but I've condensed this list to 24 things I think are super important. And I'm sorry for being super cheesy, but I hope you guys enjoyed having a little moment with me, if you will. And let's hope 24 is a great year. It's already going very well. So wish me luck. And I will see you guys next week for another episode. Bye.